Groovy.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I was having a look around some of the books that I have in my collection, which I don't have many right now. I used to have a ton of strategy guides. Most of them are still boxed up in the States. But I was taking a look at some of the ones I came across recently, and my attention was brought to one that I've kept in my collection since I first found it, and it's my favorite strategy guide in my collection. Probably my favorite strategy guide I've ever had. And that's this one right here. This is a strategy guide for the original Legend of Zelda. It was published in 1986 by a publisher called Wanpaku Comics. And what makes this one so awesome, I'm going to go ahead and open it up. It still has the full color map inside, which I think is great. But what makes this such an awesome strategy guide is that it's very unlike any other strategy guide I've ever seen. Maybe there are others like this. I'm sure there probably are. If you open it up, what you see is it's actually manga. And as you flip through the pages, it's not only telling the story of Zelda, but let me see if I can find an appropriate page. It's not just telling you the story of Zelda, but if you'll look on this page here, it's giving you map locations, so it's telling you where to find the dungeons. So as you're reading the manga that has a link going to all the different dungeons and fighting the monsters and, you know, finding all the different hidden items, you know, it has it laid out here so that as you're reading the manga, you can do these things in the game as well. So this is kind of like a companion piece to your Legend of Zelda experience. It has him fighting monsters, and it'll have kind of detailed descriptions of the monsters and how best to fight them. It'll let's see, let me find a dungeon. So it'll give you the dungeon locations, but then and you take a look inside, and it'll have the entire layout of the dungeon, and it'll tell you what's in what room, monsters and items and bosses. And so you get to read along. You get to read, you know, Link's little adventure here. You get to see him fight the monsters and find the items and things like that. But again, it's like a companion piece. So you can go through the whole thing, and let's do a little quick flippy here. I don't know, the camera angle's just right. But you can go through the entire manga and get the whole story of Zelda, but at the same time you can be playing your game of Zelda, and I thought that was very cool. So this really kind of my favorite strategy guide that I own. At the very end, you can see here it's telling you how to defeat Ganon and get the lights on and take him out. So I do really love this strategy guide. Nice at the end, you can save Zelda, who looks pretty different in the manga than she did elsewhere. That's another thing that's kind of cool about this, is they have their kind of oh boy, what am I doing? What have I done? They have their own little design for Link, which is kind of cute and cool. But this, yeah, my favorite strategy guide in my collection, my Zelda no Densetsu 1986 manga strategy guide. Very fun to just sit down, and if you've played through Zelda a million times over, this is kind of a fun way to play through it again. You can play and read at the same time, and it's pretty cool. Legend of Zelda manga strategy guide, my absolute favorite. Hey, down in the comments, what are some of your favorite strategy guides? Because I know there's a lot out there, and some of them are kind of elaborate and cool. So tell me what some of your favorites are. I'd love to know. And as always, everybody, thank you for watching. Take care. I shall see you next time.